Hello, everybody. This is Ray Renati, and you've reached Green Room on Air. This is my first live broadcast. I usually just do a podcast called Green Room on Air, an audio podcast. Today, I want to talk about something a little different. Usually, I only talk about entertainment, and often entertainment in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I often interview actors and directors and writers and other people in the business. But today, I want to talk about something different. It is called the Benzodiazepine World Awareness Day, which is this Saturday, July 11th. So I want to get a little personal here. I was dependent on a benzodiazepine drug for 18 years. 18 years. And if you don't know what benzodiazepines are, they are drugs that are used for sleep, panic disorder, muscle problems, and other things. And in the early 80s, doctors decided to start prescribing these to patients for years when it says right on the box, do not take for more than 2 to 4 weeks. And what this has done is create a population of tens of thousands of people, if not more, in this country who are dependent on benzodiazepine drugs. Some of these that you're probably most familiar with are Xanax, Klonopin, Valium. Those are probably the big three, and there are others. If you take this drug for more than 4 weeks, there's a high probability that you're going to become very dependent on it. And often people take it for years. I took it for 18 years. And every doctor I had, when I talked about getting off of it, people would say, the doctors would say, oh, no, it's not worth it. Just stay on it. And then finally, I had a doctor who told me, you have to get off of it. You have to get off of it because it causes Alzheimer's. They just found this out. Boy, I'll tell you, you like my shirt? Breaking Bread. It's kind of a little worse for wear, but, you know, I love the show Breaking Bad. Anyway, causes Alzheimer's and other terrible things. I mean, hundreds of problems. And I was having some of these problems. I won't even get into it. They're just, believe me, there are hundreds. And I was just getting over a mild traumatic brain injury that I had recur 3 times with other bangs on the head in a car accident. And then I had to start tapering off of the Klonopin that I'd been taking for 18 years. Let me just put it this way. 2.5 years of living hell. I just took my last dose of Valium because I switched over to Valium about a month ago. And I'm still having all kinds of problems. I can't sleep, basically. I'll sleep a full night once I get totally exhausted because for 4 or 5 nights in a row, I hardly slept. I get headaches, weird anxiety stuff, OCD kind of things. These are all problems from having neurological damage done to your brain from benzodiazepines. And that's why we have World Benzodiazepine Awareness Day. And it's always on July 11th, and it's going to be on July 11th this year as well. And you can find their page on Facebook. I'll put a link in the notes. This Saturday, they are debuting for the world, although it's been at some film festivals already, the movie Medicating Normal. It's a documentary about this. And you can get tickets there on the Facebook page I'll link to. $10. I'm telling you, people need to get educated about this. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? Look him up. A lot of people know who he is. He's a clinical psychologist, professor, a best-selling author. And this happened to him. And his doctor had him cold turkey off of it, which is stupid as hell because it can kill you. And it almost killed him. He had to go to Russia. His daughter found somebody in Russia to help him. And he almost died several times. And many people have died trying to get off of these drugs. I'm fortunate that I had a good doctor, and then I found an even better doctor who got me off the Valium that he switched me over to in 4 months. It was gonna take me another 4 years on the Klonopin that I had originally been taking. So, yeah, Benzodiazepine Awareness Day, July 11th. That's Saturday. You can go on my Facebook page. I have links there. I'm going to put links in here. Check out the movie I'm going to watch on Saturday, Medicating Normal. Medicating Normal. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or something. You'll learn all about it. I just watched the trailer. It's really good. This needs to become more known in this country. We have the opioid crisis, and yeah, that's bad. But I'm telling you, almost everyone addicted to opioids is also addicted to benzodiazepines. And it's the combination of the two that kills people. And the benzos are much harder to get off of. I'm not trying to do any one-upmanship here. They just are. Theoretically, and a lot of people, if they're willing to go through the 4 or 5 days of hell, you can cold turkey heroin, the other opioids, 4 or 5 days, be done with it. You feel like you're going to die, but you probably won't. And then you're done. But benzodiazepines, no such freaking luck. You can try to cold turkey, but you're going to go through hell for months and months and months. And you can do a slow taper like I did, and you're still going to go through hell, although less hell. And you're not going to die, probably. I've been off it for a month, and I'm still going through it. Last year, I directed a couple of plays. I acted in a couple of plays because I was determined to live a normal life. But I have to tell you, it was so hard to do. I remember the last play I did. It was very intense. And I had to drive hours to get there every day. I had to get up early in the morning and meditate for like 2 or 3 hours a day. 2 or 3 hours a day just to be able to get to the theater and do my job. And that is my job. I'm an actor. I wasn't going to quit. Once I went on the Valium, thank God for coronavirus, because I wouldn't have been able to work. It was so sedating. I was blitzoed all day long for 4 months, and then even after for a while. Now I just have bad insomnia. So anyway, folks, if you know anybody who is dependent on this drug, and that's another thing I want to talk about, dependency versus addiction. Most people who have a problem with benzodiazepines are dependent on the drug. They're not addicted. They're taking it as prescribed by their stupid ass doctors. Sorry to be so harsh, but these are stupid ass doctors. They all drank the Kool-Aid like Jim Jones's followers back in the 80s. And we're all paying the price. These drugs were never meant to be used this way. Never, 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 never. 2 to 4 weeks max. And then you're still out the taper. Me, 18 years. Other people's 30 years. Do you know how difficult? I'm telling you, you don't ever want this to happen to you. Don't take them. If you have to take them, do not let your doctor prescribe them to you for more than 3 or 4 weeks. Don't let them. Do not let them. Do not do it. And try to participate this weekend in whatever way you can in Benzodiazepine Awareness Day. I am going to have it on my Facebook page, Ray Renati. It's just facebook.com/Ray.Renati, Renati. The links are there now. I'll put them on the YouTube video here. And we'll go to town. Hey, I got one. I think so. This is my first time on YouTube Live. I think I have one person watching. Hey, son of a gun. I figured I'd do it live, and then hopefully I can take this and put it in my podcast. What else? Just one other thing. I have been watching the show Homeland, starring Claire Danes and Mandy Patinkin, two completely different types of actors. since it started in 2011, and season 8, the final season, I think the last episode was back in April, I believe, but I just finished watching it. And if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a great show. I know a lot of people think Claire Danes is over the top in her acting, but they're wrong. Okay. We're Americans and we're used to like super subtlety. Well, Claire Danes, everything shows on her face, and she has a very flexible, rubbery face, and her eyes show everything, but she's authentic. Mandy Patinkin is your classical, subtle actor, and he's great. He's great. I mean, it's great to have those two opposing personalities on the show, and also because their characters have opposing personalities, and it's really cool. And I will say this, the final episode of season 8, I would say is the third best finale, third or fourth best finale I have ever seen in a TV show. I was on the edge of my seat the entire episode, and I did not see it coming, what happened at the end. I had no idea what was going to happen. I was blown away. I was literally clapping on my couch. Bravo, member effers. I don't want to swear on here. So, yeah, check it out. Homeland. Great show. Great show. Thanks so much for listening today. Remember, Saturday is Benzodiazepine Awareness Day. Check out the film, Medicating Normal. I'll have all the links down there. And if you like this channel, press like and subscribe. It's brand new, although I've had my podcast for years. So those listening on the podcast, I'm also doing YouTube Live at the same time. This is an experiment. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. And until next time, I will see you on the boards. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.